Uh, I'm doing this on a red Skywalker day and a white wizard wave spell. For those of y'all who don't know what that means, well, your chance to learn is coming up this Saturday from 6 to 8 Central Time. I'm going to do a newcomers class, and then on Sunday, same time, the people who are already in it, we're going to explore the wave spells a little bit more. But for people who have the deck, this is what came through because this deck is starting to show itself. There's a lot of different uses for the deck itself. So for Fancy's deck, you have all 20 of the Mayan solar seals within that deck. These are all 20 laid out right here. And these are my characterizations of the seals themselves. But for those of y'all who want to get on some higher level stuff with your cards, and you know a thing about the Mayan Oracle, here's some extra tidbits for you. Now, the Oracle itself, or these seals, are nothing more than a process. You start all the way up here with the red dragon, the cosmic egg, blah, blah, blah. You can put so many other systems on top of it, right? Which is actually the birth. And then it ends with the enlightenment of the Christ energy, also known as the yellow sun. And this process is a step by step way of manifesting into reality. It's just like they gave us all the juice, the recipe, and everything. And what I found interesting was that the archetype for death, which is Kimi, the world bridger, is for sixth in the process. Now the channel, because we're in this kind of a wave spell right now, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. I'll do my best to explain it if you're new. But the reason death is the sixth and not the last of all these archetypes is because this is about the release. If you've ever manifested something big, you know that once you put it all out there, once you get it all figured out and you put it out to the universe, you got to release it. You know what I'm saying? You got to surrender it to the universe, and you can't focus it on it anymore. So this is why death is here in this position rather than what we would think is opposite of life or birth. You feel what I'm saying? It's just not the case. They gave us all the juice. So with this being said, if you have Fancy's deck and you would like to follow a wave spell, even if you don't have the deck, a wave spell is 13 consecutive days of a particular energy current, which highlights 13 questions you ask yourself each one of these days. And depending on who else is riding along on that wave spell, you're going to get a different kind of experience. So let's walk through it really carefully here. We are in a World Bridger wave spell, which is Kimi. So that tells me that that card and the next 12 are going to be part of that wave spell, equaling 13. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, and here we are on day 8, which has been the Red Skywalker, Jimi Hendrix energy. This is the archetype I like to associate with Skywarp, the Transformer. Ability to shift, go to other dimensions kind of thing, able to pretty much teleport to bring things to Earth's awareness. There's a lot of cosmic information out here, and a lot of these energies are just begging for somebody to channel this work to bring it down on Earth to bring balance to all this. Right? It's that kind of day. So this is day 8, day 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We will end on a white mirror day. So these are the 13 cards that will be a part of that wave spell. So let's clear that out the way. And it'll also tell you who starts the next one. So let me get these out the way and show you how you can use this if you like tarot and you're looking for a little extra juice on top of these cards. Well, let's just say the first day is Kimi. All you gotta do is draw a card on it, see what comes out. Hermit. So this tells me on the first day where I ask myself one of the 13 questions, and they always go in order. This is the micro of the macro. So for each month in the calendar, there's the same question. You understand what I'm saying? There's 13 perfectly aligned months in the calendar. So you'll have 28 perfect days in 13 of these, right? So what you do is you find your 13 cards. What's going on, Britt? You find your 13 cards in the wave spell and you lay them out in order, and then just draw a card on top of them with your whole with the cards that you have left, or you can do other clarifiers. But don't go ahead of the process, which means don't go pulling a card on every last one of these motherfuckers the first day. You want to do it day by day so you can experience the present moment and not be so much in the past or the future with this. So for each one of these days, as they come up, you draw another card, and that'll help you key in on that energy. So let's just say we're in the 8th day now, which is the Skywalker. So we on some real time shit here. Corsage came out on top of that. Well, this is a celebrational energy. This is marking the occasion. And it's funny because she just came out in the regular reading over on IG. Um, they're not going to get that juice over here. They're going to get it over here. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this is initiation. This is marking the occasion of something very important in your life, something life changing, whether it's a goal or an accomplishment, uh, a ceremony, things of that nature, something that really marks the occasion. This could be like well, you better ask now because we in it. Ask all the questions you want, Britt, because this is how we do it in class. I'm giving a little bit of taste of what we're doing in class. Um, and there's a newcomers class on Saturday, and there'll be a current class on Sunday. We're still going through wave spells there. So corsage on this kind of a day. So maybe it's an aha moment. Maybe there's a meditation where you go into another realm where you receive some kind of information that you know is not of this world, so to speak, whether it be through your guides, some intelligent life form floating out there amongst the cosmos just happens to pick up your lighter frequency and send you, all these are occasions. It could be in dreams or whatever, but it marks an occasion. Just having this be January the 1st, it's an occasion because of the new year, and you can mark this occasion by just giving, that sigh of fucking relief. Is like, God damn, I made it. It marks an occasion when you're dealing with corsage. And this energy is really asking us to think outside of the box right about now. It's also the King of Spades day in the Destiny card system, which is the master card of that system, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's the highest of the highest, the King of Kings. So this is a day of planning and strategy, but it's also stepping out of the bounds. How can I do things different moving forward? You know what I mean? What can I bring to the table that hasn't been thought of, or maybe it's been done before, but not, not quite like this. You understand what I'm saying? And let me take some juice from what I've already accomplished and what did work. Let me take some of that attitude, because it was really more about the attitude and the energy that you were in at that time, if that makes sense, more so than any other thing. It was what you put into it, which is where we're at now with this. What you put in is what you're gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways I'm using the system with Fancy's deck, is if I want to get the wave spell energy and want to read on that. And you could do this for your clients if you got the deck, if you know the wave spell kind of thing. But you could really add some juice into it and make it very simple. So now that they're all laid out like this, um, I can kind of see what's ahead, but it's just good visually to have all the cards, because what you're looking at is not just 13 separate seals. You're looking at a recipe, basically. And because Kimi, or the World Bridger, is here first heading this energy of the 13 tones and the 13 questions, it's about surrendering and releasing. So this whole wave spell, all these archetypes are here to support that meaning of releasing. You know what I'm saying? If it was the blue hand that was leading the wave spell, then all the following cards are going to support whatever energy that blue hand is bringing through. So let's stick with the world bridger. It's about that death, surrender, equalize, opportunity, storing of energy, information, right? But basically, it's about letting go of attachments and letting go of old belief systems, anything outdated. So you'll notice yourself and a lot of people at this time letting go of shit that is no longer in that vibration with you. Just letting go, surrendering fear, surrendering worry, any doubts. It was just like relationships that you just couldn't let go of. This is the time when you set those kind of intentions, because everything that follows it is only going to support that. So now that we're releasing, right? Now we add the Skywalker energy into it. So you have these two main energies working in unison on the day. Now, don't forget about the ones that you've already experienced because they're still in play. But those is like the those windows that you have open in the background when you're on your computer or your phone. The ones in the background, they're still at play. You know what I mean? They're still operating, and it's a good time to go back and look at those things to see how this wave spell is really working for you. You know what I'm saying? So we pull corsage on that, marking the event. So today could be a good example would be a New Year's resolution. I'm going to go into another dimension with this shit. I'm going to fill my space because the Skywalker deals with time and space. I'm going to fill my time and space with things other than what I'm releasing here because I have to put something back if I'm taking something out. So I'm releasing and surrendering. I'm traveling. I'm exploring my options, my opportunities. You see, opportunities are here. I'm exploring how to equalize, how to store. I'm exploring how to die. You know what I'm saying? There's a million ways to die. So it's that kind of energy. And just to be a little facetious, because we're going to get I just want to give this as an example. The white wizard is tomorrow's frequency, which is pretty much here. Once the sun starts to recede, wherever you live, that's when the next seal starts to take its hold, so to speak. So white wizard is the energy of the year that we're in the calendar, and it's showing up today. So it's got kind of a 1-2 punch behind it. But this is about enchanting, receptivity, output, and wholeness. And now we're going to add that into the mix of surrendering and letting go. So the white wizard tomorrow could be about surrendering to being enchanted, to being receptive, putting down a boundary or a border. You know what I mean? Surrendering the need to hide yourself or camouflage. So see, you can work the shadow and the light of each card, which is the best thing to do, really. You know what I mean? That snow leopard. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, even if you're not really into the calendar like that, like you don't know it technically just yet, it takes a little bit of time. Just wearing the color of the day. Since we're in a red Skywalker day, that's all I got on is red. My shoes are red. You know what I'm saying? I had the red shoes on. Let me see, I'm turning it down. The collar, everything. So this is putting me in the frequency of that energy because I'm lining myself up not only with the energy, the affirmation of the day that comes with it and the tone, but the actual color of it. So let's just say, let me be facetious again, right? Tomorrow, I got the Empress on top of that. So that's a pregnancy. That's an abundance of something that is letting things come to me kind of energy is what that would be saying. You understand what I'm saying? But it's best to, it's the discipline of the calendar that really puts things into perspective. Because if you follow the procedure, if you stay in alignment, if you don't go too forward and too backwards, you're always going to be in the right place and know it. That's the thing. You know what I mean? There's going to be no doubt about it. You know what I mean? You're already where you're going to be, but sometimes that's because of a bad decision. It might not be a place you want to be. You feel me? It's the alignment. Um, and there's also totems with these 13 questions. Each one of these 13 questions is attributed to one of the 13 months. So each month has a question, same as the wave spell, and each month has an animal as well. Let's see. Damn, I don't want to pull that up. I might have to close the screen. I mean, we'll do that another time. But I wanted to share this spread because this is what part of this wave spell has been doing for me, is opening me up to different ways of using the deck. Again, the Skywalker energy, you know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily have to be something esoteric. It could be something very simple, you know what I mean? Exploring something new, but making space, making time, taking back your time, you know what I mean? That kind of energy. So that's how a wave spell works, and it's continuous, it does not stop. And for 13 days, you follow it. By the time we get here, down here to the White Wizard or the Hall of Mirrors for the 13th day, we're going to have completed a cycle or a wave spell. And we'll start to see a lot more taking place in the realms of surrendering and letting go. We're going to start to see how we feel by looking in the mirror at ourselves. So this could be how we viewed ourselves in the past. You understand what I'm saying? This could be how we've those old belief systems, how we used to look at ourselves. Since we're releasing, we're taking the opportunity to see ourselves in a higher light. So what does that look like? Well, that's what the Hall of Mirrors is going to show us. That's what SNAB is going to show us. And with that sword of truth right there in the middle, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty as far as what is the illusion? What were the illusions that we have created? Fuck everybody else. They are only there to suggest shit. Nobody can put that gun to your head. You understand? Energetically speaking, it's an agreement. Either you believe it or you don't, right? Somebody says your feet stink. Well, if you believe it, well, your feet gonna stink. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. It's just a suggestion. But at the end of the day, you're in the driver's seat. So you're going to get a chance on the last day of this wave spell. And a lot of people do this intuitively anyway. I'm going to tell you, a lot of what's been going on, a lot of us are doing it intuitively anyway. This is just putting the confirmation on top of shit. You feel me? But with the card draw on top of that, because nobody's using tarot with the I'm telling you right now, nobody's doing that with the wave spell and everything. I haven't seen it. So I'm putting it out there now as a damn receipt, but also to inspire something different, maybe within what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the whole point of the video. It's about going to another dimension, whatever. And the only way we can bring in something new is to let go of something old. And that's what a lot of this other stuff, all these other seals prior to this are assisting in. You know what I mean? And being the sage, there's a lot you could say about that, because this to me could represent the spiritual teachers this time, right? This white wizard, or the energy that we're currently riding into. By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, this white wizard will be in full effect, but we'll feel it now. You understand? But this has a lot to do with the sages or the teachers of this time, the medicine men and the medicine women, that kind of energy. You know what I mean? That 8 and that X right there too. That X is an 8. It just doesn't have the curves. Um, it's about taking the opportunity, because that's what we're dealing with Kimmy, right? The opportunity, how to equalize, but maybe even shedding the labels on how the shit is done or the expectations of it. Um, we've all seen readers on YouTube, and there's a lot of great ones, and just teachers in general. But we also know that there's a lot of copycats, and there's a lot of not so sincere energies out there leading people astray. Let's just keep it a buck, right? This is kind of that time where maybe you even release thinking about that shit and just going about doing what you do, or having the courage to step out there and do it different regardless of what everybody, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and north node, like that's a it's such a automated response now with a lot of these people. Everybody's saying the same thing, and I get it as a collective, but we're about authenticity and originality, about what you came up with, you know what I'm saying, and your spin on things. So this might be a day where it's like, really putting your spin and letting go of the belief or the standard of how that looks or should be carried out, especially with that Empress. You know what I mean? With that Empress card that came out on top of that, that was telling me uh, to not be such a go-getter tomorrow, but let things come to me naturally, knowing that there's an abundance. If you're in the spiritual world, you know that there really is no lack. There is enough for everybody. That is the abundance. You can have what you want without without it being a detriment to other people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You ain't got to rob nobody at the ATM. You feel me? There's a job out there, there's a purpose, or there's a niche that you can create, or one that's already out there already for you, where you don't have to do all that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of like the Robin Hood stories when I was young. So, you know what I'm saying? It all comes down to attention at the end of the day. Why are you doing it? So the question in my encounter today was, do I live what I believe? Do I live what I believe? I.e., do I live what I teach? Do I practice what I preach? Was the question for today. And tomorrow, the question will be different. You know what I mean? Britt, I mean, now that what is it really in your world? And I think a lot of us are starting to see it show up because, like I said, on the day of the white dog, who's right here, the white dog is all about heart, process, loyalty, and love. And this is how I already knew it, but the universe showed me some shit last week, about treasure. The things that we love are things that we treasure. This is how it happened on that white dog day. It's about loyalty, it's about the heart, and it's about process, or i.e., trusting the process. These words can mean so many different things given the situation. Just keep that in mind. It's not locked into just the mind system. Please expand, right? Again, that Skywalker energy. Well, tell me why that day I found not one, but I got two of those chests right there. That chest right there on the ground, I got two of them. And I said, well, how ironic is that? Treasure is found in a chest, but what is also in your chest is a heart. So it's showing you how spirit communicates without using words, and how abundant, you know what I'm saying? One man's trash definitely was my treasure that day. You feel what I'm saying? And on the IG tonight, it was just like the first shall be last. What was discarded will be refurbished, kind of energy, which has a lot to do with this sage energy coming back. You know what I mean? These real deal Jimmy healers and energy workers and whatever you want to call it, light workers, dark workers. I don't really care about all these damn labels and shit people be putting on stuff. But yeah, the one with the elephants on it, elephants or abundance, and you could just run with that, right? That's the energy of the Skywalker as well. It's like you get it and you just run with it, see where it takes you. You explore the opportunities of the World Bridger wave spell. So I'm gonna post this in class because they're gonna. I don't know if anybody in there got a deck. I don't, whatever, but this will give them a little bit more juice about the wave spell as it is anyway. You got more questions, Britt, about this? There's a good time because there's nobody in the room. You got more questions about this because it's more about the conversation and like I said, ain't no need for labels at this point. And I'll show you what else I found out today. Because this year is about communication. Let me see if I can do that. Lord, what I do with some blank paper? Here we go. Got some blank paper. So I was thinking about numerology today, and I thought about the five and how, we've learned that this is a rocker. It can go either way. You can go backwards or forward. Five is about change, transition. Blase blah goes into the six. What is the mirror image of five? And I came up with, how did I do that? I went this way and it came this way. But I took this off and I turned this around. And it's all in the questions that you ask now. It's all in the questions. Because if you turn it around this way, the only thing it lacks is the line at the top. What does the line represent? The line is the lines of communication between you and your damn self and whatever it is that you believe in, the higher power. Make a choice. So whichever way you lean when you rock. You know what I mean? Which way are you rocking? Who are you rocking with? So that rock, is also about the foundation, because we know this five is the four elements and the fifth being spirit. That's a foundation in itself. So real interesting stuff comes down on these days. And that's just an example of some Skywalker energy of where I took something that I already knew and I went beyond what it was already showing me. You understand? So tomorrow it's going to be some sage shit, and how that shows up, well, that's the whole purpose of, like they say in sports, of playing the game, because you just never know. You understand what I'm saying? You got to play the game. So that's about it today for this. For this segment, I mean, this is the calendar shit. We'd be here all damn week going through all this. You got any questions about your signature? Because you could just take these out and just have them up if you know your four helpers. And we could chop it up for a hot minute. I'm gonna keep this about 30 minutes, just because I want to use it for class too. I don't want everybody just to be sitting around and shit. You know what I mean? For a whole hour. Once it's an easy explanation. It's the easiest way I can put it, really. For right now, anyway. Especially without any questions to go with it. That quest will send you on a journey for the answer. And what is it? The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Again, that's that line that's missing on the question mark. And the question I had was, does the subconscious mind differentiate a question and a statement? You understand what I'm saying? Does it differentiate between the two? Or is whatever you say is what it is regardless? This is something to think about, just asking a question and then there's making a statement or an affirmation. So it's like, for me, somebody you having an argument with somebody and somebody says, well, so do you think I'm toxic? And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's a statement in the universe. Do you think I am toxic? So you got I am toxic in your statement, and do you think? So it's like, of course I think. And he's like, you know what I mean? It's almost like you answer your own questions. So it's really about, again, with that Skywalker energy, asking the questions that haven't been asked, especially the tougher ones. You know what I mean? If you're in the process of healing or manifesting. But that's what we got. So tomorrow will be the ninth day, the White Wizard. Then we'll have the Blue Eagle. We'll have the Yellow Warrior, the Red Earth, and then to wrap up the wave spell, we will have the White Mirror. Now, Saturday's class for the newbies, bang. We will start on that day for all the students who've already been in the wave spell. We're going to start in on the next wave spell. We're just going to jump in because it's the experience is where you're really going to get the juice from. Fuck the charts and all the talking in the world. I'm doing it because I need you to experience it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not taboo anymore. So it's not a mystery anymore, and you could really start using it to line things up for yourself, especially in this year of give and take. So again, clearing space and clearing time. Make time for the things that matter the most. For the rest of the day, as we ride into the white wizard, and you start getting witchy and start cloaking your energy and jumping out of trees on was like that snow leopard. You know what I mean? Yeah, so all the classes are on IG chat. There's a group already. Um, they got in early. They got the early bird special. They were the first ones. I got about 6 in there, and I'm going to leave it at that. So I said I'm going to keep that class and then start a newbie class just so we don't mix up the streams. You know what I mean? But it'll be 6 to 8 Central Time, which would be 7 o'clock on the East Coast and yeah, the other side. You know how it go. You just take an hour off wherever you are on the other side. But we go right through the signatures for the new class, get you started, diving into all that hot shit and showing you ways that you can really be proactive right now with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Right now with it. And then building on that as time goes. So um, I'll be opening that up probably tomorrow. And I'm only going to take limited seats. I don't want a whole bunch of people in there. I do not. I just want to keep it nice and cozy and intimate and a little bit more sacred so everybody gets the attention that they need. And yeah, it just works out better in a smaller group setting. So everybody is getting their questions answered, and we can really have conversations without a whole lot of. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically all I got for right now. With the mind calendar and wave spells and ways you can use it with Fancy's deck. If you want a copy of the calendar, you can go to the lawoftime.org. Law of Time, spelled exactly how it sounds, .org. And go to their store section. They have a free download. It's a PDF that you can pull right off the web. Or you can put White Wizard Pocket Calendar in there in your Google search and it'll pop up. It'll take you right to the page. You can download it and then get to wave spelling. But if you've never done it before, it's good to take at least a brush up class so you can understand what the hell you're looking at. Because I could throw you in there and you'd be just like everybody else, myself included, like, what the hell am I looking at? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So, plan ahead. If you want to join, let me know. I'm gonna put the post on IG. So if you don't have my IG, you know what I'm saying, anybody watches this later, just look in the description box, head on over and you'll see the details. And then well shit, I'm learning to use all this shit. So I'll put it here as well on one of them community posts. Damn, I'm learning all this new shit. You know what I mean? But everybody good with this? Who's in the room? I see 2 in the room. Okay, that's what's up. Any questions on this as it is without getting into the calendar itself too much? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Good. 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 So I'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, I'm still learning too, Brett. This shit is just I keep seeing things now when I go back and look. I'm starting to see patterns emerging, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't see the first time. So the expansion is real for everybody. You know what I'm talking about? But with all that being said, I'll come back in here because I still got to finish off the deck with the rest of the cards and stuff like that. As far as their meanings, because they're still kind of talking. They're still talking the shit out with me, and then the experience other people are having with the cards and bringing back kind of adds to it. So I want to get a full picture before we move into that. You know what I mean? It's not like they ain't gonna change in another 3 years anyway, because of the way, because of where we'll be at, where the place we'll be at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Light and dark. Balance that shit out. And remember, this wave spell in the next couple of days is about surrender, release. What is it that you're releasing and surrendering? Keep that in mind as you move forward. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.